Alright, welcome back to another edition. Let's just this guy up a little bit here. Anyways, welcome back to another edition of Sea-Doo Sunday, in which we are going to be playing Wave Race on the Nintendo 64 and just seeing how far we can progress. The past couple of weeks, I believe that this is day number 16 that we've been playing Wave Race. We have made a ton of progress, a lot of personal best, and I expect that to continue throughout the evening tonight. So, what we've been doing the past couple of streams that's worked out really well is we've been playing on some level to basically kind of warm up. You know, whenever you're a prime athlete, you don't just go in and immediately go for that gold medal. You go in and you warm up a little bit before you really start for real. So that's what we've been doing. Just basically a random track, random mode. Just to kind of warm things up. But what we will end the night on, and what we'll spend most of the night on, is this guy right here. Oh, sorry. We'll spend most of the night on is Drake Lake, because that is really where our bread and butter is at the moment. So sit back and enjoy the next hour and a half or so of playing Nintendo 64. As always, we are playing on our trusty N64. We are playing on a traditional CRT TV. I'm personally not a fan of the HDMI upscaling and all of that good stuff. So what you're seeing now is a direct feed from my childhood N64. I am playing it on my childhood CRT. So whenever you see the stream, just keep that in mind. Yeah, it looks pretty gross by today's standards, but it's real, it's raw. That's what we're doing here. That's what you come for. You're not looking for something, crazy, over-the-top produced. I can't do that anyway. So, without further ado, let's play some Wave Race, guys. I think I'm feeling a little Southern Island to warm us up tonight. And of course we will do that on normal, because that is the place to be. Hey, Davey. So yeah, oh no, so I'm not using an upscaler at all. That's I'm going straight into straight into a sharp CRT circa probably 1998 if I had to guess. I'm not gonna dig around for the manufacturer date right now. As far as going into the PC, though, I am using a very cheap screen cap device that works on the Video for Linux driver, and it's just a really simple. It goes by a lot of different names, but if you get on Amazon and look for EasyCap, you're going to find the streaming device that I use. It is technically a capture card, but it is USB based, and it strictly looks at RCA and S-Video. Do not use it for S-Video. Absolutely terrible at S-Video. Do not recommend it. But as far as grabbing RCA data, it does very well. And there's a couple of different revisions of it. So if the one you get kind of, sucks, you might look into some of those different revisions and how to identify those and send it back and try your chances at getting a new one. Because this definitely is not my first one. I have one of the original models that is pretty much no longer supported. Yeah, so as far as what my setup goes, I have N64, playing on the CRT, and that is what I am looking at, so that I'm not dealing with like the lag and everything of it going through the PC. I have a Y splitter coming out of the RCA cables on the N64, so one set goes to the TV, one set goes to the EasyCap USB capture device on the computer, which then feeds into OBS, which is actually where I get my audio from, because it's easier to pipe the audio through my headphones that way than it is to do that, you know, practically, you know, through physically plugging into the TV or something, which does present some problems, but a big deal. But yeah, the USB capture device I use is like $10 total. So it is pretty low investment to actually stream. And in OBS I have just like some basic color correction, filtering, that sort of thing to make it look somewhat decent. Nothing crazy. I know some folks, you know, they go full ham and they get the Ultra HDMI and capture card and all that good stuff, and that's great. The Retro Tank, that is a great device. It works absolutely awesome. But for me, I just want to play on my CRT, man. I think that whenever they develop these games, and hung up on the beach. I think that whenever they developed these games, they weren't meant to be upscaled. They were meant to have all of those flaws and to, you know, be kind of evened out by the CRT. So that's kind of my logic. But I mean, I prefer playing on CRT anyway. If I were going to be trying to play on an HD TV, you know, big old flat screen or something, yeah, I would be looking for something, either a FrameMeister or a Retro Tank or some way to really get some better output from the 64. But what I'm doing, yeah, I want to plug straight into a CRT, man. Yeah, I've been over here talking. I haven't even really been paying attention to playing Wave Race, which is fairly common. I really am trying to get to the point to where this is all just muscle memory anyways, and I can just kind of scoot right through on my water scooter here. Not like that. That's not what we're after. I am looking to upgrade my audio setup a little bit. I've been using the headset mic just because it is easy. As a former podcaster, I have a lot of audio gear, but I've really been looking for just kind of the easy path of least resistance, if you will. I have some really nice microphones, but they all require like an audio interface, and if you have ever done like, you know, actual audio routing, audio processing, it is a challenge to just kind of keep the same setup every time. So I am probably going to be getting some sort of USB microphone. All kind of keeping in mind that we are currently rebuilding the streaming PC as well. So there's a lot of moving parts here. And that's part of the reason for the USB microphone, is to just make it easy as things are shifting around. And, you know, we're dealing with the uncertainties of our setup. It was a terrible, terrible run. Let's see. Let me go through this guy a couple more times. So is the B900, is that a USB mic or is that an XLR mic? Because, like, I have... Oh my gosh. It's a USB mic. I will have to check that out. Because, like, I have some insane XLR stuff. I actually have a Scarlett 18i20, which is an 18 input XLR to USB interface. I've got some really nice condenser microphones. It's just, man, setting up all of the audio routing and all that stuff is just such a pain. That's why I really want to go the USB route, so I will have to check out the B900. I've been looking at the eFine 768, I think, which is, you know, a large diaphragm condenser mic. Not really wanting a condenser mic, if I'm being completely honest, because they just pick up everything. But one of my friends has one that hops in Discord here and there, and I don't know if it's just his processing chain or what, but he has it set up really good, and it sounds really slick.
You almost had it.
Let's see, B900. Yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead and look up that B900 now. That way I've got it. Ah, yeah, so your typical USB condenser mic. I mean, it looks cool, and I mean, isn't that the most important thing? But I really do appreciate, like, the actual feedback. There's a lot of crap out there. Let's put it that way. And talking with people that actually use these microphones and actually use these products, that's a pretty big deal for me. So definitely appreciate that feedback. Which headset mic, I'm gonna be honest, it sounds really good. I want to get this guy out of the way. I want you guys to be able to see my beautiful face, which I'm looking pretty dark today, but alright. Yeah, 70 euros, that's about 90 American dollar-y dues.
Select your course,
I appreciate the conversion there.
3, 2, 1.
I always forget to change my view to this. I'm going to go ahead and say it. This stupid zoomed-in view. I know that the performance is better with this zoomed-in view, but it just feels so unnatural. Ugh. And of course, I hit one of the toothpicks.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, like $90. That's totally doable. For what I would consider more of a temporary microphone. I'm just now giving this Twitch thing a try. For me personally, I really enjoy it. And whenever I enjoy things, I tend to go all in. I am never going to be a career streamer, but I could see myself, you know... I mean, whenever I was podcasting, I almost bought, like, an Electro Voice RE20. Just because. And that's, at the time, that was like a... Oh. It's like a, Gosh, it was probably a $600 microphone. I think now it's probably 400 or 500. Yeah, I've watched a lot of streamers over the years. Not necessarily on Twitch. Twitch is fairly new to me. But you know, on YouTube, on Facebook Live, Instagram, various other places. And I think that folks really go nuts with equipment, and I'm guilty of that as well. Whenever I was podcasting, I went insane with the equipment because it's fun. I mean, there's a lot of fun in having new kit around. But honestly, and I say this as a streamer with like 13 followers, having the best tech, having the best setup, that's not going to make you a super popular streamer. It's all about your content, it's all about you, and it's all about how you market it. So I could go out and, I could spend 10 grand and build this super awesome advanced studio. I'm not going to do any better just because I did that. So that's kind of my take on it. But that's not to say I won't go out and make some absolutely frivolous purchases just because I want to. Hence the Scarlet 18i20, which was, absolutely overkill. A baller piece of gear, but not something that I actually needed. The hardest part for me with streaming is with podcasting, it was always a conversation. And there was always a chance to edit it before it went out to everyone for consumption. We didn't do a whole lot of live stuff. We did a couple of live events, but nothing crazy. To where with streaming, I have to get very comfortable with talking to myself, which on the surface doesn't sound bad because I talk to myself all the time. But whenever you're trying to entertain people and not just sound like a crazy person, that's where I think the difference comes in. Spent way too much time on the island back there. By way too much time, I mean any at all, because as soon as you touch the island, it's game over. 15, that's not bad. I'm happy with that. We're just starting the night, that's pretty good. My audio is way out of sync right now, with what I'm hearing at least. So we did stream some Toe Jam and Earl last night, and that was a lot of fun. We were using a new service called PiePacker, which is essentially an online emulator service for right now they support Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and the Sega Genesis, or the Mega Drive as they would call it across the pond. And what's really nice about it is you can log in and say, since I backed the project on Kickstarter, I actually have like a PiePacker premium account, and I can open it up and I can host a game, and my friends can join in and play that game along with me. And so what Pipehacker does is basically I'm the host. I open it up in a web browser, and then I send everyone a link that I want to play with me. They have the option to load up their webcam, microphone, all that good stuff. Last night we played Toe Jam and Earl, and it was a blast. It was just like, not just like, but the playing experience was very similar to sitting in the room with a bunch of your friends. And it was just a lot of fun sitting there playing a Sega Genesis game that I only recall playing once whenever I rented it as a child. And yeah, it worked really well. I was really surprised because yesterday was the very first day. It shouldn't have worked that well. It should have been all over the place. But keep your eyes out there for Pipehacker, and yeah, don't sleep on those guys. They're doing some pretty cool stuff. I also think it's worth mentioning for those of you that are new here, I'm not a speedrunner. This is the first game I have ever speed ran. I'm very fortunate that some folks from the Wave Race community, specifically My Pancakes, has hopped into the stream and helped me out here and there. I've learned a lot over the last 16 sessions. Yeah, I don't anticipate, like, you're not going to log in one day and like, oh my god, Craig, he just set a world record. That's not going to happen. But I just wanted a game that I was just really good at. That I could just say, you know, hey, I'll play it around a wave race, and just know I'm going to mop the floor with that person. Unless, of course, it's someone that's, you know, better at me than wave race. Oh no! Totally bombed the salamander. I'm gonna say, while I know we're not setting any personal best right now, we haven't, like, you know, had any insane laps. There's a lot of things right now that's just going really well. There's a lot of sections where we're sporadically nailing it. We're to the point now to where we've got to put it all together, and we've just got to have a real solid run. And once we do that, we can. I bet we could shave a solid second off our personal bests. Whenever I say our, I really mean mine. I'm just trying to include everyone here. We're all in this together. See, we're consistently in that 114, 115 territory. Whenever we started this 15 sessions ago, 16 sessions ago, we were in the 120s. Man, I would just... tonight, I would just love to see 113 on that board. 113 something. I don't even care what it is. There we go. No! Sloppy salamander. Very sloppy salamander. Sloppy toothpicks. the island. That was a... Okay, prediction 117. Maybe a high 117. I was going to say maybe a high 116. Nope, 117. $117, possibly 118 with the way this is going. I ain't no quitter though. Quitters never win. Yeah, 118. There you go. Hey, here we go. I was watching someone run this in reverse earlier. Like someone that's actually good at wave race. Just blew my mind. How technical they were able to execute their runs. Where me, I'm just over here like, try not to hit stuff, stay on your water scooter, don't fall off. And they're just like, as soon as they, if they would touch a buoy, it's like, oh no, and they'd reset. Not me, man. I'm just happy to finish. Oh, that was a really good turn right there. Like, that was like textbook perfect. If I could just do that every time. Every time.
Almost had it.
Oh, thank you, Davey. Yeah, we have some really good ones sprinkled in. But man, it's just like, there's always just something that I just completely screwed up, like that right there. I'm really excited for the day, though, that I'm, like, actually good enough to, I don't want to say compete, because I'm probably never going to submit a time for, like, any type of leaderboard. But, whenever I'm good enough that people are like, man, this guy should submit a time, that's what I'm looking for. Exactly what I'm looking for. But by the time that gets here, I will probably have moved on to another game. See, that was pretty terrible. So me and the kid went and got haircuts today. We go to this place called AJ's Man Cave. And AJ, he is one heck of a barber. But what I appreciate most about AJ is he is able to deal with kids. He's just like totally cool. He's got a bowl of candy there. He's got a fridge full of soda. So he knows how to get the kids one over. You just fill them up with sugar, and they're happy. But my favorite part of going on haircut day is it's like, that's the day that me and the kid, we just do whatever. If he decides that he wants to have Pizza Hut and Taco Bell for lunch, that's what we do. We get a pizza and a taco. And within reason. I mean, last time we left the barber, I asked him, hey, what do you want to do now? And he said, let's go to Disney World. I said, you know, kid, that sounds really fun. But we're not going to go to Disney World right now. But yeah, I mean, it's really cool going to the barber. And I wasn't even really thinking about it this way. But my wife pointed out to me, she's like, you know, this is going to be really cool that, you know, 20 years from now, he's going to be like, man, you remember back when we used to go to the barber, Dad? Like, yeah, that will be really cool. Because we just go and have fun. Last time we went to the barber, we went to the cookie store afterwards. We got a cookie the size of his head, and I let him eat it. Now, he's 4. He was sick by the time he was done eating that cookie. But I'll tell you what, he remembers who got him that cookie. Oh, so I know I've talked about it on the stream before, but I'm really wanting to get a pair of rollerblades. The only thing holding me back right now is it's really hard to go to a store to try on rollerblades. Because there's just not a store that has grown man style or size rollerblades. So I asked my kid last night. I said, "Hey, thinking about getting some rollerblades. What do you think?" He said, "Rollerblades? Yeah, rollerblades." And he said, "You're too old, Dad." And you know, he might be right. But I'm still getting rollerblades. I'm hiding behind the fact that I'm going to try to teach him how to roller skate, and so I need to be able to, you know, have rollerblades. The way I can talk the same language with him. Oh boy. Freaking toothpicks, man. This is the one. Personal best. Here we come. Nope. Oh my gosh. What's going on? Will say, I've definitely gotten a lot more controlled with my steering. I used to really be very sporadic and just, you know, get nervous and like, oh god, turn left. Now revert to my Daytona 500 days. It was a NASCAR joke. There we go. Oh! So, Davey. You mentioned that you, the mic that you use, what do you stream? Okay. With the first buoy, that's good. Definitely how we wanted to start things out. Oh. Textbook. Textbook. Oh! Oh, the iRobot. Personally a fan of the Ecovacs myself. To an extent. I don't like the price of their replacement parts. Brushes, filters, etc. And the aftermarket ones I've gotten have been fairly terrible. But I definitely like my Ecovacs over my Roomba. My Roomba was terrible. It was noisy. It just... I don't understand. It didn't do a good job. Yeah, so you are in 64 and speedrunning, nice. Oh, I don't think I hit it. Why did I stop? I didn't hit it. Ugh. There's actually a YouTube channel. I think it's actually called Vacuum Wars. And I watch it fairly regularly because I think that a robot vacuum is like one of the first smart home purchases that you should make, just because they're great. I love having that thing run all the time, but I'm looking to upgrade to a self-emptying model, because the one that I have now, obviously you have to remember to empty it, but it runs every single day, and you really need to empty it every single day, and I am just not responsible enough to do that. Once a week, like the self-emptying ones, I can swing that. Not once a day, though. There's no way. So when I first started researching what I wanted to speedrun, I knew it was going to be the N64. And I knew it was going to be a racing game. Because that's just the genre that it's just what I've always been drawn to. Originally my plan was Cruisin' USA. And once I started looking at the speedrunning community and the things that they were doing, I learned pretty quickly that that was out of my league. And I started looking at Wave Race. and I love it. Wave Race was one of my favorite games as an adolescent. The community is small, but very friendly. And honestly, they're not doing anything absolutely insane in the Wave Race community right now. It's really just run the course as fast as you can. There's no like crazy glitches or skips or anything like that that they're focused on. So for me, it was like a no-brainer. And also, I think it's really cool that, you know, whenever I was a kid, I didn't have a ton of N64 games, and Wave Race was one of them. So I think it's pretty cool that I'm able to play on my original N64, original Wave Race cartridge, original controller, all that good stuff. It's like super nostalgia. Oh no! Dale Earnhardt there right into the wall. Come on. There we go. And we're off. Too much contact on that wall. Oh, come on. There we go. And that first section there. Again, this goes back to I can do sections perfect. Sometimes, just not all the time. That first section back there, that was probably the best I've ever done that. And then I go and hit one of the toothpicks. I do tend to get quiet whenever I start getting more and more in the zone. So keep that in mind too as you're watching. Okay. Here we go. All the Wave Race marbles. Nope. Not this one. Ugh. Oh. Okay. I was thinking the other day, all these streamers right now, I say streamers, what I probably mean is YouTubers, they're all promoting like MeUndies and G Fuel, NordVPN, Tunnel Bear. There's like 5 things that every single one of them is promoting. What if they mixed it up and they started promoting like, oh hey, I heard your car warranty is about ready to expire. For some reason, I just think it would be hilarious if they started promoting car warranties. It has nothing to do with the amount of car warranty calls I get every single day. Is that a problem in the UK, or is that just here? Because, no joke, I bet 5 times a day I get a call about either my car warranty or my computer is spreading viruses on the internet, or the other one right now is the IRS is coming to arrest me because there's a case filed in my name. Obviously they're all scams, but it's just like, it is insane the amount of these calls that I get. I mean, it's so bad at this point. If my credit card company called me and was like, "Oh yeah, man, you're screwed. Someone completely stole your credit," I'd be like, "Yeah, sure," and I would hang up on them. Yeah, not falling for that one. Discover card. Okay, one more good run. We're probably going to take a quick break for a moment. And we'll be back. Oh, come on. Here we go. Hey, pancakes. Ugh. So how are the... I know you were live for a bit today. I was able to check out for a little while. How did your run go? I believe you were playing Drake Lake in reverse. Oh. Again, too much steering through the salamander. Oh, man. We're really consistent in that 114 something territory. Man. breaking out of it. I feel like this is the wall. Oh! And decent rum sounds pretty decent too. Ugh. Okay. As usual, we've done some pretty good stuff, but it's just stringing it all together that seems to be the hang-up. Oh, no. Come on. Go faster. Ugh. Hey, Bombshell. Yeah, see, now this is what you're after. Yeah, I can deliver. Would argue, though, Toe Jam and Earl was a ton of fun last night. I'm still trying to figure out. I know that there was another game that I played that had some throwing tomato mechanics in it, and I don't think it was Toe Jam and Earl. But it used the same effects and all that good stuff. So I'm slightly certain it has something to do with Toe Jam and Earl. But man, I can't put my finger on what game that would have been. I went through my collection last night and I can't find anything that would resemble or, trigger that memory, so I don't know. I guess I'm just going to have to play through the entire Sega collection to figure out what that game was. Okay. Didn't mean to do that. I'm going to restart. So, funny story, the Toe Jam and Earl debacle actually really screwed with this stream as well. Because, like, in OBS, I set it all up for the other source, thinking I had saved the settings that I needed for wave race. I definitely did not do that. So I had to basically reconfigure the wave race stream. Not a huge deal. It was like, man, I was dumb. Oh no! Yeah, Bombshell, you will see a lot of resets here. Ugh. So I have a knockoff Stream Deck, which is basically something that I set up on a Raspberry Pi using a touchscreen. Works really well, but I don't know. I don't really stream enough to make a ton of use from it. Yeah, check out the Stream Pi. I mean, you already have a Stream Deck, so probably not something that would super interest you, but it's pretty cool. Oh no. Oh no, this was just a bad run all around. Yeah. Yeah, my problem was it was more the approach whenever it came to making new scenes. Instead of making new scenes, I started editing an existing scene. Yeah, I basically thought that I saved the profile, and the way I did it didn't make sense. And the sheer amount of Raspberry Pis I have in this house is embarrassing. I don't have any 4s because I basically told myself until I use all the 1, 2s, and 3s, there is no reason to buy any more. Not to mention the 0s. I have so many 0s. Yeah, there's a local electronics store. Micro Center. I say local, I mean, I know that they're a chain, but they're like a really small chain. And they have a deal to where you get like a Raspberry Pi Zero if you show them a coupon, and it's like $1. And so, like, every time I'm at Micro Center, I come home with a Raspberry Pi Zero, and I honestly don't think I'm using a Raspberry Pi Zero for anything right now. But I can see the 4 being useful for a Dreamcast. Actually, slightly off camera to my left over here, I actually have a Dreamcast still in the box, and it's pretty much exclusively used for Crazy Taxi. But I do have a RetroPie set up. But honestly, I don't use it because I got an NVIDIA Shield, and we just use that to emulate everything that we would ever want to. Basically point it to to a network drive with just a boatload of ROMs in it, and yeah, it's perfect. The biggest issue that I have with it is more my ROM organization because I'm kind of a completist, I guess, where I've got like every version, every variation of every ROM. Whenever you're looking at things from like a playable standpoint, that's not the best way to organize things, so it can be a little time consuming at times to scroll through everything. And I totally would have gotten a Jetson.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, my Discord link's invalid? What the... What have I done? So I will say my... Get out of here, fly. My Discord is very unimpressive. It's just a handful of friends that hang out. Ah, okay. I see. Okay. Yes, it definitely did expire. Let's see if we can fix that real quick. You know, there's no time to fix things like that other than during the stream. Why not? What could possibly go wrong? Let's see. Oh, no, I definitely don't want to report myself. Oop, that is not it. Okay. Ah, here we go. I think. I'm guessing there's pretty awesome Raspberry Pi 4 picture incoming. Tell you, that is one thing about Twitch. Nothing seems like super intuitive where it should be. Okay, latest Discord link should work for my personal channel there. If not, I can believe that whispering is the thing on Twitch. I can send it to you after the stream. Go. Yep. Oh, jeez. So is your Raspberry Pi 4, is that just specifically for Dreamcast? For some reason, I'm envisioning you basically have a Dreamcast case stuffed with a Raspberry Pi 4, where you have a Dreamcast with a disk drive replaced with the Raspberry Pi 4. In which case, the Raspberry Pi 4 is probably overkill. Hey, you do you. I'm excited to see what comes through. Oh no. I hit that buoy way too hard. Alright, final lap. I really want to... Oh gosh. Hey, what guys, I am going to take a real quick 5-minute break here. But I will be right back. All right. We are back. Oh, good lord. Okay, the Pi Boy playing Jet Set Radio. That is pretty awesome. I'm a big fan of that. I am not hearing the game audio. Oh, duh. That would be why. Actually, I want to reply to this here. I think Jet Set Radio was probably one of my, I don't want to say favorite Dreamcast games, but probably most memorable Dreamcast games. I don't know if it's just because I had so much marketing around it, or because it looked cool. Man, that was just everywhere. So, I never had a Dreamcast or Jet Set Radio, for that matter. I was, I was probably 29 years old before I actually had a Dreamcast. But, I remember the game I probably played the most was Jet Set Radio, and I did that in a mixture of Kmart and Walmart, just standing there in the electronics department staring up at that screen that for some reason was like 8 feet off the ground, so you would stand there like directly underneath of it and then stare up, and then I probably have neck problems to this day from that. I should probably sue somebody. Oh no! Yeah. Frog Bog. Frog Bog is not going so well. Yeah, but I really the only reason I have a Dreamcast, like right now, one is I'm a collector, and the collector never stops collecting. But the other reason was I was in a game shop, and they had a Crazy Taxi for Dreamcast, and I was like, oh man, I'd really like that. And me not having a Dreamcast, I said, hey, how much will you sell me a Dreamcast for? And they were like, oh, I've got this one over here in the box for, $50 or whatever. I was like, throw in that copy of Crazy Taxi and you got yourself a deal. By God, I walked out there with the Dreamcast, Crazy Taxi, 4 controllers, 4 of the... What were the memory units called? Where they look like a miniature Game Boy? No! Yeah. VMUs. There you go. Actually, how close is my Dreamcast? Yeah, so, if you look right in that area, see right there, you can see her. She's just chilling. Oops. Yeah, and so this whole area here that I'm sitting in right now is a work in progress. Getting some more shelving units because didn't realize exactly how big my collection was until I started putting it on shelves. And I need more. But also this big space over here is for a 70-inch TV that we are moving from another room that's going to live down here. So I'm going to have to find something to do with the Doritos 3D display. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. So I was reading an article earlier. So whenever I say I was reading an article, let me rephrase that. I was reading a headline earlier. Apparently, someone found a lottery ticket that someone had thrown away, and it was a $1 million winner. And they actually tracked down the person that bought the ticket and returned it to them. So, my question is, if you found a winning lottery ticket that was worth $1 million, would you return it to the person? Or would you keep it? You know, they threw it away. I mean, it's kind of an interesting moral dilemma. Because, you know, you didn't buy the ticket. But do you keep it? I can tell you, I used to work in places that sold lottery tickets. And this is mostly applicable to the scratch-off tickets. But I always went through the scratch-off tickets. Because people always scratched off the tickets. And they would leave winners there. Yeah, and so I mean, the way I looked at it, I turned in a lot of $1, $5 winners. Would a $1 million winner change my mind? I don't think so. I mean, I think that the key there is discarded versus lost. If you find a lottery ticket blowing down the street that, you know, someone may have dropped, then that's a different story, because that's like someone had the lottery ticket and they lost it and then you kept it. But if someone scratched off a ticket and was like, lost again because they didn't believe they won $1 million, I mean, that's on them, right? I guess the way I look at it is my moral compass doesn't really change if it's $1 or if it's $1 million. I mean, I was okay cashing in those dollar tickets. I don't see $1 million one being any different. But again, that's way different than, you know, someone just dropped a winning lottery ticket somewhere, and, you know, versus they scratched it off, they lost, and they left it there. Sorry, thought that they lost. Oh no! Way too wide. Yep. I mean, if I wouldn't have hit that buoy first, that would have been a pretty good turn. Still 114. We're real close to a personal best. Real close. Not quite all the way there, though. Man. Really like to get a personal best before we call it a night. That's kind of my thing. I like that peanut butter. A little wild through the salamander there. Oh, wasn't it?
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, here we go. Get the buoy right out of the gate. Good job. Good job, Craig. This is the part of the stream where things get serious. 'Cause I'm to that point where I should probably be calling it a night. Because some of us have to work tomorrow. I just say that because, you know, I have to work tomorrow. But it's like, I'm really chasing that dragon. I really want to see some progress.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Plowed right into that buoy. Pretty good first lap. Not the best turn through there. Definitely didn't want to, you know, have any island time there like we did. Pretty daggone good salamander. Did not set it up well for the toothpicks, though. Not a bad second lap. And I entered the third lap in a bad way.
3, 2, 1.
I'm not even going to roll with that. Not a great first lap. Not great at all. Oh. A last minute pivot there. Ugh. Really bad second lap. Terrible third lap. Oh. All right. All right, looking at the clock a little bit, we're probably going to have to wrap it up here soon. Really don't want to, though, because I really want to get that personal best tonight. What can I say? I've got the itch. Oh! Ugh! Oh, shit. Oh, man. Oh. Alright. That is how I wanted to end the night. Right there. Personal best. All the peanut butter goes to me. Again, I know we're not setting records, but we worked hard for that one. We give her one more run. One more, and then we're going to call it tonight. I just hate to quit. You know, because clearly we did something right, and if I'm in the groove, if I'm in the zone, I don't want to throw that away. Oh, that wasn't it. That wasn't it for sure. I may not be in the zone. It may have just been a fluke. Okay. This is going to be our last run. If we wreck, we wreck. We're going to call it a night after this. because it's late. I need to get to bed because I'm old. And, you know, old people like to sleep. That's what we do. And, you know, complain about things costing more than they used to. That's another thing. Oh, no. Okay. Alright, on that note, thanks everyone for stopping by. We got a personal best on Drake Lake. Not by much, but we did it. We will be back Wednesday for Wave Race Wednesday, sometime between... Let me rephrase that. Sometime in the future, Fried Baloney will be back, and we will be finishing Toe Jam and Earl, playing on the Piepacker platform. But until then, just keep your eyes out, and we will be back. I will see everyone again on Wednesday. Be sure to join the Discord, follow us on social media, all that good stuff. But have a great week, and we will talk again soon.